Sorry to bother you, Doctor, but we need your help. We have a patient that has ties to serial murders in the West, the East, and the South. Now, I know that could be a lot to handle, but we need your help and your expertise specifically. But you're here, which means you already know that. But there's one more thing we need to tell you. We weren't the ones who chose you for this job. He was. He specifically said he would only talk to you, and he will only be your patient. Now, we don't know what that fully means yet, but we can assure you, we will find out. And the entire time, you'll be under our protection. Can you do this? Mm-hmm. Good. Follow me. Now, I'm sure you already read the file on him and you've been properly debriefed, but once again, we'll go over the key factors of him. Number 1, don't be fooled by his guise. Repeat interviewing has shown that he's highly intelligent, charismatic, and sociopathic at the same time, which is quite interesting. He's also shown signs of being highly emotional, while also showing signs of being psychopathic and having no emotions at all. So far, our testing has come across inconclusive. You know what I think? He's the closest description on Earth to a wolf in sheep's clothing. Always remember that, Doctor. Always remember that. The evidence that correlates to that theory is subject shows signs of either acute borderline personality disorder or heavy traits of bipolar tendencies. These traits manifest in subconscious and conscious ways. The subconscious one that we've tested so far is, depending on the person, he rapidly switches accents to find the right one that will lure his victims into a state of vulnerability. Hopefully, in the next 6 months, we can gain a confession to all the crimes that we know he has committed and the ones that we don't know about. We're going to need every single detail. But for that, he's going to need to trust you. Now, we believe you can do it. Whatever angle, or whatever you need to get there, we're willing to help. Don't fall for his games. Okay, now it's time for your face-to-face interview. Good luck.
Hello? I'm still in here.
You know, you kill a couple people, next thing you know, you're treated like a second-class citizen. Who would have known? Alright, but seriously.
Can you at least crank the AC down? Ugh, it's fucking trembling in here. Christ. Hey.
Can see me. Oh, Santa Maria. Come on. Can I not benefit from this own interview? This is all like a torture technique. Trying to break me down. It's not working. Might as well have done the bamboo technique. That would have been much more painful. Would have enjoyed that more.
Don't bore me to death. I'm gonna cry. You know what? You did it. You did it. I'm sorry. You did it. I can't take this anymore, man. I confess to it all. Yes, I was the man who out-pizzaed the hut.
No, but seriously. Come on. When are we going to start this whole thing? I wore my fancy straitjacket tonight. Ooh, like my straps. Bored. Wait. Now the fun begins. Hello, Doctor. Hello, Doctor. Kept me waiting, huh? You know, it's okay. It's okay. It's like my mother always says. Pretty girls get certain exceptions in life. Now, shall we begin? Oh, the classic lines. I'm slightly disappointed that we're taking this approach, but hey, I'll play along. Thank you so much for taking time out of your life to come down here and help such a broken soul like mine. It really moves me. You know, I think together we can really get me to change. That I would stop doing all those horrible things that I used to do. And once I change my life and move away and grow up on a farm
and build churches and houses for like little disabled kids, I'll think back on this very moment where you never gave up on me. And I'll look at all 5 of my children, all with the letter J at their names, and I'll thank you. Because you loved me. You really, really loved me.
No, but seriously, can we do something fun? Maybe some word association? That's always fun. It's always a fun little game. I like games. Do you like games? Good. Nothing like Uno, though. I like games with more planning, thought, hubris. I like games when people don't know they're playing games. Minesweeper's pretty good, too. I will say that. So, what's the first word? Hatred. What comes to mind when I hear the word hatred? I believe it is a false feeling. I believe hatred is one of the most unattainable feelings out there. At least for me. I find myself not doing things out of hatred. I can't think of a time in my life that I've ever done anything out of hatred. Simply cause and effect. Good and evil, right? They must both exist. And what would hatred be without love, right? Ooh, how poetic. I know. But I could never truly hate a person or do actions out of hatred. What about yourself? I know you gotta hate someone. Hell, maybe I even know who that person is. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. But I guess the thing I dislike about hatred is the lack of action, I guess. If you really hate someone, it must take a lot. Like they must do things to you that aren't thinkable. Things that fundamentally change the way you see the world. Or have damaged you, left you traumatized and broken. But when I see that happen, I guess I get disappointed. Because I guess I hate people who simply loathe in their hatred. Lay there and don't do anything. Because if you simply hated someone, why don't you just kill them? And all those feelings would go away. And your life would be so much better, wouldn't it? Just the way I see things. Wouldn't it, though? Wouldn't it? I think we should move on to the next word now. Don't you? Forgive me. Let's just say I'm so used to being roles where I'm the one in charge and I'm the one in power, but I guess I've not completely allocated to this newfound dynamic. I think in due time, I think the both of us will play our parts amazingly. But now, what's the next word? Oh, that is a bit trite, don't you think? No, I'll answer it. Sure. Family. They're a weird one, isn't it? It's like you're brought into this world with people that you don't even know yet. You don't even know what they've done in their life. You don't even know who they are, but fresh out the womb, you lay helpless, and you must simply trust these people that you don't even know. And one of the first things they teach you is to not trust strangers. And they are the ones who will protect you in this life. They are the ones who won't leave you abandoned. They are the ones who will be there for you in your darkest days. And they're the ones who will celebrate with you on your brightest days and motivate you to do amazing things in life. Well, that's just what they tell you. And when you're so young, and they're all you have, you don't know when they're lying to you. Your entire life could be based upon a lie, based around people that you don't know, based on people you may not even like. You might become what they want you to be. They might be happy. Or you might be yourself and be an outcast. It's weird, right? You think simply because they made you, they should care about you. But on oftentimes I've learned that's usually not the case. I think when you think of family, you gotta think outside of the ways that they tell you. Maybe you were simply born because your daddy just wanted to fuck your mommy and he got a bit too carried away. Oh. Or maybe mommy couldn't afford an abortion. Maybe nobody ever wanted you. And you know what the saddest thing about that is? I can say all these things, but it wouldn't change anything. Because there is no one other than your loved ones who can disappoint you the most. They can hurt you the most. They can make you feel the best in the world. Just can't get rid of those blood ties. Even though they make you stronger or weaker, the only way you get rid of them is you cut them out entirely. But I can't completely judge. Yeah, even I am a victim of this complex. The first time I ever killed a person, it was never for me. Well, that's only half true. I just didn't know what it was yet. I didn't know who I was yet. But I thought the first time I killed someone I did was for my sister. You know, she was interesting. I never knew if I loved her, as most typical relationships do. I always just... I guess I was studying her before I even knew I was studying her. And I guess I was just falling in line with society. But there was a situation where they got hurt once. And I did what everyone would do. I simply waited for someone else to do something until no one did. And then no one came. And let's just say I was overwhelmed and I decided to act myself. But I thought I was doing it all for family. But it was only for myself. So I guess that's why I associate the word with selfishness. Speaking of which, I feel like I've been doing everything you ask. Oh, I've been even throwing in some newfangled ideas. But I haven't been able to do what I wanted to do. Do you want me to tell you what I want to do? Don't be afraid. I was waiting for this to happen. Now we can talk more privately. You see, there's a reason I wanted you specifically. Let's just say, I know you're a fan of my work in one way or another, but I assure you, I didn't think you knew that I was a fan of yours. See, there's a method to all my madness, and you're part of it. Oh, I'm a big fan of you. I don't even know what it is. Love, hatred, obsession. You just make me feel. And that's all I want. It's addictive. It's overwhelming. And I've worked so hard to get you here. And I've hurt so many people. And I will hurt so many more. Well, that's if only things don't get my way. I'm a bit of a sore loser. Unfortunately, we don't have as much time as I would like. But hey, this is only our first session, right? What did I do? Oh, a buddy of mine. I paid him a handsome amount to shut down all the power in this building for as much time as I possibly can. Which won't be a lot. Some would say I overpaid, but it was worth every single penny because I get to do this. you taste as sweet as I thought you'd be. Mm, mm, mm. I'm impressed by how much you're not fighting back. Mm, mm. I guess a part of me thought that you would, but this is why I knew it was you. You were the one. Mm. I was trying my hardest to not get ahead of myself and do this while everyone was watching, but I knew I needed to wait. It made this so much sweeter. Now I will say, it's best that I don't get ahead of myself. We have all the time in the world, because like I said, you need me, and I need you. And I think we can meet in the middle. Isn't that right, Doctor? You really want to help me? You really want to help all those people I hurt? You can. I've never experienced lust before. All the things I want to do to you. Even I wouldn't dare to say most of them out loud. But before we run out of time, I need to feel this illustrious body of yours. Consider it a type of physical therapy, right? It should be illegal to have a woman look at you, to have a woman that looks like you in such positions of power. You really know how to flaunt every single part of your illustrious curves, don't you? Oh, Doctor. Oh, look how wet you are. Oh. I guess you're enjoying this more than I expected. Alas, looks like our time's up, and I will most likely be moved back to my cell. Hopefully, next time they understand that handcuffs don't necessarily work on me. But let that be our little secret. See you soon.